Okay, everybody, this is Sheets, and I wanted to do a quick video on the golf slate for this week. I was considering not doing it, and I didn't even bring it up with Bobby, just because of the very unique format. It's just really not something I've had a lot of experience with, and I'm just honestly not sure that my process it applies exactly the same way to this as it would to a normal DFS slate. So I wouldn't want to give the impression that, I'm providing anything that useful if I'm just going to give you my picks and just kind of my overall view. But then I decided that I'm going to do a video for this anyway. In case you guys want to play, you're at least knowing what I'm looking at and kind of what I'm doing, and you can weight this as much as you feel is worth waiting if you do decide to play. So on the one hand, you do have like some of the best golfers all playing, but the thing is that they're playing teams. Okay, so you have these pairs, and you notice that you have pairs of players the same salary. So Schauffele's playing with Cantlay, Rahm is playing with Palmer, et cetera, et cetera. And you're 4 rounds, and 2 of the rounds are best ball, and 2 of the rounds are alternating ball, which means that best ball just means both partners play out their hole, and whichever is the best result counts. And alternating ball is literally one guy hits it, then the other guy hits that next ball, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of ways to think about this. One is it would be nice to have 2 golfers with kind of complementary styles. Like if you had one guy who's really good at putting, another guy's really good at driving, I guess that makes some sense. Another way to think about it is that it would be nice to have guys with a decent amount of variance, right? Because you're going for birdies. Like if you don't get a birdie on a hole, you're so far behind in team play that you want guys that really go for it, are not the steadiest types of players, but the guys that do carry with them some bit of variance. And then there's all other kinds of nonsense, right? Guys that maybe play well as a team, play well together before. And I honestly don't know how much any of that matters, to what extent, and certainly not enough to quantify. But no, those are the things that are out there. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go down this list and tell you which teams I like. And I'm not going to build a full lineup, but what I will say is that the way the builds are going, at least for me, is that, and this is usually the way I play anyway, is that when you get all the way down to the bottom of the ranges, which you're going to need to get if you want to play the top guys, it gets really gross. So I'm probably going to end up playing them in the mid-range anyway. So I'm going to kind of just go down and just highlight a couple of guys. So Xander, Cantlay, I mean, obviously they're really, really good. I can't really separate these. Well, I guess you could say that Schauffele, Cantlay is probably better than Rahm, Palmer. So, with that said, probably Rahm, Palmer would be a little weaker. I'm just going to highlight a couple of guys I like. So I do like the Morikawa-Wolf pairing. I think that's, you got 2 young guys that are probably going to be aggressive, and yet at the same time pretty analytical. And these are 2 guys that kind of came up the ranks together. Maybe they have a little bit of chemistry. I happen to like them quite a bit. Another pairing that I find somewhat interesting as we go down here are Horschel and Burns. And these are guys that Bobby and I have liked a lot over time, the last several months. And pairing the 2 of them together, I think that they have a really good shot. So I do like them. We go down a little bit. See, these are the guys I'm not going to play someone like Kirk and Todd. They just seem to be very similar type players, and you don't get a lot of upside out of that. So these are the types of guys I'll probably avoid. One team I am going to be playing, and that's going to be Homa and Gooch. And these are guys that, again, that they're up and coming. They relish these types of opportunities to play in events like this. And this is actually kind of a neat little narrative. I mean, Homa is a real big Gooch guy. In other words, Homa, after he won his event, he actually credited his round with Gooch as helping him. And Gooch is one of those guys who's really he's underappreciated by the betting public and like the DFS public, but within the ranks apparently of the PGA, I mean, people really respect his game. So I think the combination of Homa and Gooch is really strong. So I'm probably going to play all the lineups I have with them. Then I'll just go over a couple of others, I guess, because you are going to have to play these guys. Now, again, I don't like what they try to do about putting the Asians together like Im and On. They could probably have done without that. That's probably an okay pairing. Who are the other ones I kind of highlighted here? I don't want to play Hoffman. Here's a guy I'll fade. Kokrak Perez. I'm not a big Perez guy, so I don't think I would do that. Here's another one, and I imagine that this is going to be popular, if there is such a thing. Justin Suh and Doug Gim. Those are two really, really decent ball strikers who are just, I think, just underpriced here, given the guys that are priced ahead of them. So I do think that I imagine they'll be popular, but who knows? I mean, who knows who people are going to play in this thing? So I do like that a lot. I'd love to play Tringali. I'm just not I don't know much about Castro. There was another group that I had all the way down here, a couple of them. Yeah, Matt Neesmith. I like him, and Chase Seifert also. These are two guys that we've played as value plays quite a bit over the last several months, and to have the two of them paired together at a very cheap price to me is really worth doing. So I do like them. And then the next one that I liked is all the way down here. So Doc Redman and Sam Ryder. These are two other guys that we've kind of played as value plays to individually, and they're putting the two of them together. So I'm just going to presume that they're probably good values down here. So I think both those guys are good. And then there was one other group, I think it was all the way down in the 6K range. I think it was Sam Cook? I thought Pan and Higgs were actually decent down here at 6,400. And then, not Cook, Baker. So not the Cook, but the Baker. So Malnati and Baker I thought were pretty good also. So, and then I'll throw one out there. No, you know what? I thought List and Gligic were going to be together. If those two were together, I would have played them, but no, these are two separate groups. So again, I don't know if there's how much value added this might have been. I didn't really get into ownership. I didn't really get into much because I really don't know how people are going to be playing this. But I just figured, just because I'm playing and you may, might have gotten used to the golf content, I want to at least throw something out there. But, full disclosure, this is the first time I'm ever playing a tournament like this. And I'm just really just going on probably what I would play if these guys are playing individually. And if, two of them are playing together, give them extra weight. So that's kind of where I'm at. So again, you want me to review? Nah, you can rewind if you want to review. That's pretty much all I got. Good luck, and that's it.